Sao Paulo can dream again. The stands here definitely a place for the hopeful, and no doubt that hope is replicated at just about every major ground in the land. It is time for us all to come together and to believe. The San Siro, for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. That pass isn't the best.
Well, Peter, I'm looking forward to seeing a player who has brought some new skills to the game. Ronaldinho. He looks one way and passes the other. Unconventional and cheeky, but always an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, he's playing beach football on the grandest stage of all.
The entertainer.
Petri with the cross. Goes in for the header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Haaland. Haaland couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Messi. Oh, that's a key interception. Neymar. That'll be a throw-in. Ball's out once more. Neymar going full tilt down the left. Guardiola gets over and intercepts. Messi calmly anticipates. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Gets his pass away, back into the middle. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
The major moment in the game. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
A picture of confidence that was never missing.
Per il Milan, ha segnato al 19esimo minuto, numero 10.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Milan do have a chance to counter here. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And it's Hullet. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Sao Paulo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Haaland. No, that's been intercepted.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. Pretty robust defending.
Ronaldinho. Real chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Oh, well played, well played. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Sao Paulo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Shot a goal! Guardiola. Now it's Griezmann.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Hullet. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Sao Paulo are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Pedri. Pedri going face-to-face with his great rival. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Griezmann has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. Pedri. Haaland. And that has put paid to that. Van Dijk. And it's Rijkaard. Guardiola. Aim forwards. Oh, and he's through the middle. He is through here.
Look, it's a run defence.
Terrific header. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Attenzione, un cambio.
And here's Ronaldinho. He rises!
Indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Oh, not the best of headers. Hullet. Looking for options for movement. He's away! And the referee brings the first half to a close.
I volontari di tutti i settori sono pregati di recarsi nell'area dello staff. Cambio di giocatori.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, this half might require them to produce a plan A, B and C. Levelling the score is easier said than done, but that will be the target. Get back on terms and then use that momentum to go again.
And a header! Cleared without hesitation. Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defense.
Tries a shot! Defending was strong and firm. Right card. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. David Villa. Now it's Messi. Messi has got himself a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Musiala! That was travelling. Haaland. Oh, delightful ball. Well, there's the clearance.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Quality ball. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Ronaldinho. Bullet has found the net here, of course. And it's played forward. David Villa. Strong running down that left flank. And here's Hullet. Turns and goes back. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly.
Still alert as ever. That's so well played.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Sao Paulo still have the cards to affect this game. And he's only too happy to take that back. Oh no, this does not look good. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Ronaldinho. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Oh, that is off. Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Chance! And another try! Bastoni gets good distance on it. Haaland. Bullet. Sao Paulo have a free kick.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 19.
We have got changes here
Messi.
from both sides, in fact.
Numero 11. Ronaldinho.
McAllister.
Numero 10. Numero 18.
Sao Paulo have
Neymar.
now used up all but one
Lasciano il
of their
campo per
substitution
il
windows.
numero 20. Bale. Il numero 14. Il numero 9. Eto'o. Il numero 22. Kaká. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
It's just beyond his reach. Adams getting this one clear and claimed it back swiftly. And there's green grass ahead of him. That is good alertness. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Musiala. Griezmann in acres of space out wide. There's the shot! It's in! Just one goal in it now! Game on! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Sao Paulo get themselves back into contention.
Well, they've given themselves a chance here, but now it's a case of getting the balance right between attack and defence, and that's not easy.
He could be in here. Nedved.
Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Can he put it away? No mistake. Sao Paulo are back on level terms.
Sao Paulo clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And it's Bale. Can he latch on to this?
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Thuram cuts it out. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Bale is onto it in a flash. And smartly reclaimed. Nedved. Now it's Eto'o. It's run loose here. Bale.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Eto'o.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Nedved. And here's Eto'o. It's Eto'o! And he's there to belt it away. Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Well, it was 2014 that Corinthians relocated to this high-tech arena. This the ultimate demonstration of their power as a club revered amongst the world's supporters. Their fan base believed to be somewhere in the region of 30 million people. The action has already started. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. Shapes to shoot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Haaland has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
No, that was never going to make it. Pull it. Messi providing an outlet on... Oh, smashing header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
And he's there to belt it away. Costa Curta getting this one clear. David Seaman, clearly one of the finest English goalkeepers of modern... Bullet! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corinthians with the corner, they're first.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Works it forward. Mbappe. Backward it goes.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Mbappe. Zico. Zico was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Zico.
That's a modern defender's instinct.
Got a shot away! Pedri. Now it's Haaland. Adams calmly anticipates. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Mbappe. Zico. That is a brilliant interception. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. What a throw in. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Now it's Messi. Pull it. Can he put it away? Goal! Corinthians! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
That's a throw. And that's definitely not his best. He won't be happy with that one. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And he's managed... He's had a hit! Danger averted for now. McAllister. And Messi! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Kante get... Oh, shooting chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Not the most accurate pass. Well, played right into his path. And the finish! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Oh, that was a cracking little exchange to set up the finish, and a lovely understanding between both players. I mean, that's clearly tailored on the training ground and delivered beautifully on match day.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Dink through. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Hullet. Messi. Hullet looking to run onto it. And that should be the keepers. Mbappe. And it's Zico. Played out to the right. McAllister.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Nice sequence of passes. Shot at goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Zico. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Oh, great effort, but he's produced a save to match.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. A couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. It's been a really interesting game up to now, and the sides are predictably very well matched. Hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but as it stands, it's 1-1. Haaland! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Up he goes! He's scored!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Sao Paulo take the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
That has been cut short. Now it's Messi. Hullet. That's really well cleared. Now it's Haaland. A real chance if he can get through. That's been cut out, well played.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Zico. Costa Curta. Face to face with the keeper. He's cleared it out of harm's way. Well, they've got it again. Adams promptly onto that, and that is that. Roberto Carlos spots it and intercepts. Haaland, and the shot! No mistake! 2 up and threatening to pull clear!
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Look at the space here. Deflected behind for a corner kick. So can they do it again? Header! Oh, it's hit the post. Kante gets it clear. Guardiola. That's good ball played into space. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. Zico. Sao Paulo are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, that's fabulous. Keeper's ball. Guardiola looking understandably energised after his goal. Messi. And he was quick to react. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Corinthians clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Neymar in acres of space out wide. Oh, that was vital. And he's there to get it away. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Played back in. Shot could be on. And Hullet! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a good display of fighting spirit for me.
Costa Curta is there to clear. It's a sweet ball that. Floated through. Now can he find a finish? Big header! He should have put that one away.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed.
Corinthians can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pedri wins the duel this time. Great ball if he can get there. Now it's Haaland. They're urging him to shoot. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 4 coming up here. That should get the job done. It's gone out for a throw-in. Roberto Carlos. Threads one in. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. He's cut it out. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And here's Neymar. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Foram indicados 4 minutos de acréscimo.
Oh, that's well spotted. 4 extra minutes added on. Could move up a gear here.
Look, it's a run defence this like, but the timing has to be spot on.
Pull it. Van Dijk cuts it out. Pull it. Pedri. And that will be it. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Haaland picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. The end of the game. Reflections?
Sao Paulo really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
And that's where we have to end it. So without question, it is one of the most awaited, most anticipated days on the footballing calendar. So many teams, so many ambitions, and only a handful will go forward to achieve those ambitions. That is the nature of our fascinatingly competitive game. Sao Paulo, of course, one of the best supported sides in Brazil, in the whole of Latin America. The Morumbis, the ultimate shrine, where 66,000 or so congregate week in, week out. Now, 2018 was, of course, the year that saw France become champions again, 20 years after their previous triumph, and this man's exploits played a huge part in that success, did they not, Jim?
Yeah, Antoine Griezmann was excellent throughout the tournament with his all-around forward play. It was no surprise that he was man of the match in that high-scoring final against the Croatians.
Yeah, first time since 2002 that the final hadn't gone into extra time. And indeed, the first time since 1966 that 6 goals were scored. What a game it was. Well, we're on the way. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Guardiola. McAllister. Gently done. Now it's Griezmann. And it's Guardiola. Haaland. Well, played right into his path. And Hullet! There it is!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise to see him elect to shoot from there, considering how much movement can be generated on the ball. Great hit.
So, a breakthrough already. Messi. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Beckenbauer. And they're back. Now the finish! He scores! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And they can counter here. Messi. Nicely weighted ball. Foden. Chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Messi. Guardiola. Haaland. And it's Messi. It's Hullet. And it's Hullet. Looks to clip it for... And the shot! Had a swing, but it wasn't to be.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
First quarter of an hour gone. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And it's Hullet.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Caicedo. Van Dijk. Messi.
Look, it's a run defences dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Bastoni to Guardiola. And it's Griezmann. He could be in here. Akanji clears it away. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Not the most accurate pass. McAllister. Passing is crisp and sharp. Quality ball. Now it's Hullet. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And now they can clear their lines. Chelsea have the chance to go the other way. He's under a lot of pressure there. Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Akanji. Caicedo. Oh, played through for the wide man. Now that's well seen too. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And he's in on goal! Haaland looking sharp there. Caicedo. Now it's Haaland.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
And he's managed to get free. Turns and goes back. Bullet! Superb goal! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Sao Paulo go into the lead. Caicedo. Oh, no joy this time. McAllister. Griezmann. He can run onto that. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Cleared without hesitation. Taking no chances there.
2 minutos de acréscimo.
Robertson. Foden. Bergkamp. Hits one! Really well taken goal. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
it's half-time here. Sao Paulo come out of a half that has been quite extraordinary on many counts. High scoring, truly exciting, but neither side able to hold a lead. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. Chelsea get the second half started. Robertson. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Cleared away. Sao Paulo are looking to go forward now. Now it's Pedri, and it's Messi. Oh, perfectly measured that. Bergkamp.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Pullet. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Caicedo. That is a great pick out. And he's heaved it away. That's really well cleared. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Oh, well played. Guardiola. Beckenbauer. Pullet, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Can he get onto this? That is lovely. Akanji, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Pullet. Haaland. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Beckenbauer. And it's Messi. Good read, needed to be. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Griezmann. That's very neat. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Foden. They've got to be quick to recover this. Bastoni with the clearance. Bergkamp. Foden. Brilliantly cut out. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Great ball if he can get there. Oh, such a clever touch. Played out to the right. Lovely feet. Crossed in again. And that should get the job done. And that is out of play. Time then for the first substitution of the game. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
Oh, that's neat.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And it's Griezmann. Haaland. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Decent progress down the left. And he was quick to react. He can get that clear. Into the last 5 minutes.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Now there's a fine ball. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Sao Paulo may have thrown this away at the death. A lot of furious gesticulation, but it is never going to make the referee overturn a decision.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Brilliant save from Alisson! Now then, the ball's come loose. Played back in. Guardiola clears. 2 minutes to be added on. Great position here. Guardiola. Messi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that will be the final act. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Bullets picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. There's the whistle, and here we go. Al-Mali. Played out to the left flank. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Pedri. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Can he latch on to this? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
And it's Messi.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Messi into the box. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. There's the hit! McAllister. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to...
He's through, it's one-on-one! There's the shot! Goal! Sao Paulo! And Sao Paulo score first. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.